Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the Boston Red Sox, our draft to glory. We made the playoffs for the first time in season 5, right? Season 5? Season 6? Season 6. It's our best season, 91-71. We had our best offense. Pitching was down a bit this year, which we knew about. But I think we're in good shape. I don't know that we're going to be favorites next year, but we're going to have Aiden Queen, Cooper Dossett at the top of our rotation. We'll be adding Andy Queen as well as sort of that third starter. Our offense is only going to get better, although Raheem Okoro seems to have sort of stabilized, not quite as good as he was when we drafted him, but still gave us 71, 93 extra base hits, led the majors in doubles and triples. Aiden Queen, that bat, not fully developed yet, still great against lefties. Joe Neely had a good year. So we've already gone through all of the stats for everybody, but assuming we don't have any drastic drop-offs in the offseason, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. So we do have to hire a pitching coach and a hitting coach. So we're going to make Kirkland Rivers our pitching coach in AAA. Then Oliveros will make our hitting coach. And then we'll just go and hire a couple of new coaches. Hitting coach in AA. Let's go with, I'd like a younger guy, but somebody we can go Alfredo Lugo, that's fine. I'm okay with that. We'll give him 5 years. And then we need to find our pitching coach. And we'll go Jose Guzman, just because he has no interest in being the pitching coach for Portland. Okay. Excellent. Handles aging, mechanics. Let's go Tony Kuguli. I have no idea if that's how it's pronounced, but it doesn't really matter. Manager. Chris Mason looks pretty good. Give him a 5-year. And then we're going to have a ton of arbitration cases, yeah. Not a surprise. All right, so Pache, I think, is gone. We didn't use him once this year. Ciani wants 3.2, so we should be able to offer him 3, maybe 3.050. Just start from the bottom. Blyce, I think we need is that left-handed power bat, or the right-handed power bat against lefties, I should say. Paulino. I kind of want to bring him back. Let's just release that for John. 2.6. I think he's important to have in case of injury, so we'll offer him that. Marcelo Meyer wants 8. I think he doesn't want a long-term contract, so 8.4. That's 84. That's 8.4. Yep. Kyle Teal wants 7.9. So we'll offer him 7.5. 7.6. Yep. responding to an email. I have 13 hockey games that I need to broadcast over the next 2 days between Saturday and Sunday. So just finishing the prep work for that. It's going to be a pretty crazy weekend. I am really looking forward to it. It's the culmination of a very busy youth hockey season for me. We did about, what did we do? And when it was all said and done, I think we did about 75 games between October and what we'll end up doing this weekend. So, really looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun. Love youth hockey. Love watching the kids compete. It's a blast. So, I got a lot to prepare for here today, but wanted to get myself a little bit of recording time before I did that. So, keep offering people contracts. Yeah, nobody wants any long-term deals, which is fine. I mean, we'll get fan interest bumps whether we sign them to a 1-year contract or a 5-year contract, so it doesn't really matter. Oops. Okay. We got Jorge Rodriguez at 4.9. Yeah, I think we'll probably get bumps from Meyer and Teal. That's likely to be it. Healy's dropped. Ugh. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, we'll sign him, but I think he's going to be on the outside looking in going forward. And then we'll come in Gonzalez, 2.8. So I'm still for 2.7 just to get it done. All right. We got contract offers into everybody. Ian Hamilton. I mean, that's a reasonable contract for somebody that has been pretty good for us, although the ratings have slipped substantially, so I think we just let him go. Look at all the minor league free agents. Okay, well, I'm not even going to bother with that. Let's just do this. Home. Where am I going? Player list. Upcoming free agents. Going to offer 61 contracts. I don't need them all, but we can waive people as we need to waive them. So let's start the Simmon. Yeah, Pache and Siegler both want big league contracts, which you're not going to get. You can see the Braves won the World Series. Tristan Cassius led the American League in home runs last year. So Kyle Teal. Yep, we got a fan interest bump for Kyle Teal. Jorge Rodriguez, which is nice, and Marcelo Meyer. Great. So that bumps us to a 98. Excellent. Which means we might be able to increase our ticket prices yet again. Why do we have no money for extensions? How out of control do our salaries get next year? We go from 129 million to 184 million. All right, well, that's good to know. We're going to have to say, we got a couple of years here before it's going to start to get hairy, and we're going to have to start making decisions, but that's okay. Jacob Webb, okay, he's not interested in signing with us. Oh, maybe we sign him to a major league contract. Yeah, he doesn't want to negotiate with us anymore, so we screwed that up. That's fine. Let's delete all of these messages. Gold gloves? Do we have a gold glove? Still no gold gloves for the Red Sox. It's been a bit of a surprise in this playthrough. That's usually the one thing that we can lock up are the gold gloves early, because we find players that are just good defensively and just stick them out there. Kevin Kelly finished 4th in the reliever of the year. Platinum stick. No platinum sticks. Okay. Rookie of the year, Aiden Queen, Joe Neely. We had 1-2 in the Rookie of the year. No surprise there. Aiden Queen ran away with it. Joe Neely finished second, so that's good to see. So we've had we have the last 2 rookies of the year. Number 1 manager, Scott Service. Cy Young goes to Caden Dana, 10-9 with a 2.77. Aiden Queen finished 4th. And most valuable player goes to Luis Robert. All right, up to arbitration. Cassius led in home runs, was second in RBIs. Wilcom and Gonzalez is out for 12 months. Son of a nutcracker. Okay. The problem with this type of playthrough is that depth is a real issue. So we lack that depth. So Gonzalez is out. That's not a terrible rotation. We could just put Polanco back in there as our 5th. May leave Rodriguez, Cruz, and then the other Queen will come up and he'll slide in. So, I think we're okay 1 through 4 with Queen, Dossett, Queen, and Rodriguez. But if we suffer any injuries, it's going to be brutal. All right, what do we got for international guys? Ooh, a 70 overall catcher with low work ethic and 75 home run power. All right, not a lot. Any decent free agents? Just looking. Matt Olson's now 35. Ooh, he's out with a torn PCL. Seiya Suzuki. Looks like he was traded around a bunch. He's now with the Mets. All right, let's get up to the Rule 5. Oh, wait, hold on. Gonzalez has... I forgot. Did I forget completely to do this? All right, so Brasco we'll invite. Rocha, no. I guess we'll invite Morales. He's not any good. Yuck. Let's just invite those 2 and then go to batters. Delgado. Wow, he's really good. That may be the guy we go after. Romero, although we do have to start to be careful. I wonder how much money we're going to have left going forward. Invite to training. Oh, we're not in December yet. All right, let's get to December, and then we'll do it. All right, now we're in December. Now we can run practice. Cool. Yeah, this might be the guy. Look at that bat from a catcher. The high work ethic, the 50 catcher ability is fine. And the Rule 5. Yeah, the catcher ability, from what I gather, doesn't have the same impact as it has in previous seasons, or previous iterations of the game. Trade proposals. I don't know why I went to the winter meetings. Just clicked the wrong button, I think. Rule 5. I am looking forward to getting back into a save where I can start making trades for people. I've been posting some stuff on Discord about what's after this. We got a month until Out of the Park 25 comes out. So once I'm done with this, I would like to do sort of call it a nations type playthrough, but I think it might end up being a region style draft. So I might go with somebody suggested New England only, somebody suggested California only. So we'll see how it goes, but that's sort of next on the agenda, I think. All right, anybody I want to put on the 40-man? Is there anybody in AAA? I need to call Aaron Bede. See, if this was like a regular playthrough, I would have Bannon, Aaron Bede, and Kyle Teal, and I would have one player that I'd be able to trade. I forgot about Braxton Beal. He needs to be up next season, too. Okay, Bennett, I don't care about. Coleman Aris, we got to put on the 40-man. He's listed as a closer. He'll probably help our bullpen next season. Blaze Jordan has flamed out. Pino, I mean, he was good. I mean, he was really good in Double A or in Triple A last year, but I mean, he's not better than what we're putting out there. So, I mean, he might get a shot next year, but Perales, no. Mikey Romero is flamed out. Double A, Jade Melendez, no. Zanatello, no. Just want to make sure I don't lose anybody that's important. Yeah, we got a lot of players that are Rule 5 eligible. Dugno, if somebody wants him, they can have him. Juan Castillo is another pitcher who just recently had his potential dropped. He was an international guy. His potential dropped, and now it's starting to increase. So we'll see how he goes. Anybody in here? Yeah, Mackin is starting to become a bit of a disappointment. I'm hoping he rebounds after just an abysmal first full season in A-ball. Nobody down there. No, Von Necker, but he's not going to be anything. I'm not worried about him. All right, let's get into the Rule 5. I don't even really know what we're looking for. Maybe reliever. Pitching potential. Drew Conover. He's good against righties, not great against lefties, but he's got 3 good pitches. I mean, I like him. He's just... Huh. Do I want to put him? I don't think I want to put him on... If someone takes him, someone takes him, but I don't really want to put him on the 40-man yet. Yeah, the 2 youngest guys are Red Sox guys. I'm going to take Conover. It's a lefty. I like those ratings. All right, so I think we're in the clear. I don't think we're going to lose either of those players. I don't think there's a bat here that I'm all that interested in. Almost looks okay if he had a bit better fielding rating. Voss, no. No, I think we're good with what we have. Yep, we're good with what we have. Complete the draft. So this will... no, we lost Zanatello. Okay. So ultimately what that means is Conover will be the replacement for Ian Hamilton, right? Didn't pitch particularly well in Oakland in 2028, but that's okay. All right, so we just got to keep simming. Let's get to next month. All right, January 1st, off season. Go ahead and run the practice. Yeah, of course, Viora is the one that everybody wants, and that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, we could go after someone like Brosco, who doesn't have nearly the league interest. We'll see how much money we have when we get there. I mean, I'm probably going to, and we'll see how much it's going to cost to get more than everybody else. That's really what it's about, like making sure that you have $1 more than the next closest team so that you can, go above and beyond if you need to. Trade proposal, no thank you. All right, we are at International Amateurs. We have, where are we? 4.75 million. Yep. So we need $1 million. We need $1 million. And let's go to the Brewers. They want to give us, what would it take for $2 million? One of our best players. Okay, that's not going to happen. Yeah. What if I gave you... Doesn't change it at all. What if I gave you Pino? Doesn't change it at all. Look at all that talent, man. We are a stacked organization. All right, let's just start with $1 million. Wow, okay. So you really value... you value that. Okay. I don't appear to value it as much. I take that back. They do. Okay. What about the Yankees? They were always keen on giving up that money. Yeah, okay, so the Yankees are still willing to give that money up. So if we go to $2 million, so Paulino actually makes it worse. I'm not giving up any of those players. So what if we go 12.5? We're getting there, yeah. Aaron Beat is on there, but I'd rather save him. For a future trade. All right, 17.5. There we go. All right, so let's add him. We get the $2 million, and now we can go into IAFA. I got to respond to this text message. All right. So I think the hope is that we win before this becomes a thing, right? Like before either of these players become. Let's just offer him 4. The hope is that we win before any of these players make an impact. All right, so we signed Viora, so we don't have a ton left. Yeah, Yellow Kid wants $6 million. Delgado, yep, he's got contract larger than what we can offer. He only had 2 pitches. $2.8. No, 2.750 is all we have. I don't think that'll be enough, but we'll see. Brasco signed with Colorado for 5.2. So if we can get out of this with Viora and Rivera, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. All right, that's fine. So we still have 2.8, which means we should be able to land somebody halfway decent. Alfredo Silva looks pretty good. Good defense. David Morales only wants 130, so let's offer him 800. And then Silva wants more than that. Roca's going to be a bullpen arm. Let's offer him as well. Get a couple of pitchers, maybe. Team expenses. So both of these guys are happy with our offers. A rule change. Oh, that's huge for us. Free agency expanded out to 7 years. All right, so we signed both pitchers, so that's good. All right, so I am going to now sim ahead up to opening day. We'll set our rosters, and we'll get on to year 7. Yeah, year 7. Be right back. We are right about at opening day. We got to make some adjustments. Andy Queen wasn't great in spring training, but, I mean, there's no reason to start him in AAA. Reality is that his control's a little light, but the stuff, movement, and his pitches make him one of the best pitchers on our team already. So we're going to go to pitching ratings. We're going to send Coppola down. How many were it? 19 pitchers. Rodriguez. I mean, his rating is only that because he's listed as a starter. If I made him a reliever, those ratings would likely jump. Colmenares. Let's start. Okay, so DaCosta is not great at anything, but he's okay at a lot. So I think Healy, LaGuernick, Schaefer all start in AAA. So we still got to send 2 more down. Colmenares, probably that guy right now. And then we have to send 1 more down. 60, 50, 60. Fernandez has got 3 pitches. Pitches a ground ball pitcher. It'll be DaCosta. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. I might have to DFA him. Yeah. All right, whatever. I don't care. I don't suspect he's going to get claimed. Excuse me. 5-man rotation. Wants Jorge Rodriguez as my closer. No. We're going to stay with Cam Robinson as the closer because he's been the guy. Closer, Rodriguez, middle relief. Yeah, loves Kelly in that specialist role. Not sure why. He's got good rating against both lefties and righties, but it's fine. We'll leave him where he is. So that puts us at 33. So we have to send 7 players to the minors. Roman Anthony, Mikey Romero, Roderick Arias, Paulino, Blaze Jordan, Cade Arambide. So Romero and Jordan both need to be DFA'd. So that puts us at 20. So we got to send 1 more down. We have our 5 outfielders. I think it's Rafaela, who was really bad last year. Ravello, I think, is more suited for that backup infielder role. He refuses to be demoted. I don't care. Let's do this for now. Anderson has got an uncertain date, so let's put him on the injured list and just not worry about it. All right, so we have to set our lineups. Clear all lineups versus righties. All right, batting ratings. I think we're going to stick with Devers as our leadoff hitter. That worked well for us last season. Our number 2 will be Aiden Queen in left. Then we go Okoro, Cassius. Neely is the DH. Sorrell in center. I really don't like batting Meyer in the 8th hole like that, but it works out from a lineup perspective. Sean Dawkins going to make his ratings dropped. Come on, man. See how he does at shortstop, I guess. And then Kyle Teal will bat last. Ravello, every third game starting is fine. Let's go ahead and copy that. Paste, and then what changes do we want to make here? Yeah, we're still really heavy right-handed wise. So Bannon comes in as the starting catcher. When we get Anderson back, he'll go in to second probably, and we move Meyer over to short. Blyce comes in for Sorrell in center. Move him up. Kind of run with something like that. Yeah, Ravello's still every third game. Ciani's going to get a few starts. All right, so let's get to opening day. All right, so we should reach the playoffs according to our owner. Alexis Ibarra is the number 4 prospect in the game. Where do we stand? Minor league system, we're 3rd. Again, that will change once Queen, quote-unquote, graduates. But we still have Ibarra, Viora, Sauer, who we drafted last year. He was an impossible sign guy that we got. And then Castillo. So we're still not in terrible shape from a prospect perspective. Preseason predictions has us winning the East 90-72. Thinks Raffy's going to give us 38 home runs. Cooper Dossett's going to go 14-7. I'm good with that. Is everybody rested and ready to go? He is. Yep. So Aiden Queen will get the opening day start. He'll be our opening day starter, followed by Cooper Dossett. So let's just go ahead and finish the day. Andy Queen, we got to put him on the 40-man, right. I think we probably have to do the same for Dawkins. Yeah. All right, finish the day. Oh, we lose 6-5 in extras. We scored 4 in the second. Dawkins 2 for 4 in his big league debut. Queen goes 5 in a third. Gave up an unearned run late. All right. Well, it is what it is. So that's it for this segment. Now it's time to sim up to the draft. So I'll see you guys on July 11th. All right, we're back on opening day. And we are in first place, 6.5 games up on the Yankees. And it's been a kind of a reversal of last year. If you remember correctly, we started off really hot in April and May and then basically played 500 ball the rest of the year. If you look at our info, we were 12-13 in April, 13-13 in May, 27-9 though in our last 36 games. Offense has been just electric in the last month. Pitching staff has picked it up. We're having a good year. Aiden Queen is struggling off the mound. I mean, he's still good for two WAR from a pitching perspective, but just giving up a metric crap ton of hits, 113 hits in 86 innings, a BABIP of 390. So you have to think that'll normalize in the second half a little bit. He's given us a better year offensively, though, for sure. So it's sort of evening itself out. Cooper Dossett having a great season, 9-3, 118 Ks, 94 innings. Andy Queen, our rookie, doing a nice job. He's on pace to go 11-6. Let's just look at it like this, I guess. So Dossett, Queen, and Queen. Noah Dean having a nice year for us out of the bullpen. Cam Robinson continues to lock it down as our closer. Braxton Beal has struggled, but I think he's been better as of late. That's not a bad profile for a 5th starter. It really isn't. Really bad in April and May, but June and July he's been solid. So he's digging himself out of a hole here. Iverson Polanco. The rest of our pitching staff has been okay. Rodriguez Cruz has not been good as a starter, but I think he's another one. No, he's just been bad straight through. So what are we going to do there? Do we have a pitcher in AAA that we can call up? I don't think so. How's Healy doing? And he's been fine. Do we give him another shot? Sure. Let's see how Andrew Healy does. Gives us a lefty in our rotation. And we'll just see, I guess. And then offensively, Devers batting leadoff. He likes that leadoff spot, man. He's 3.5 WAR already. Marcelo Meyer having a great year. Okoro, the ratings have dipped. That contact is down to a 60, but he's actually on pace for. Yeah, I mean everything looks like it's going to be down. Everything looks like it's going to be down this season. Average is up. On base percentage is up. That's weird. The average is up. The on base percentage is up. The slugging is up. The OPS is up. But all the counting ratings, all the counting numbers are going to be potentially down. That's strange. Anyway, he's still just dynamic against righties, so that's kind of where we're using him primarily. Joe Neely having a nice second season. His ratings dropped as well, but again, against righties, he's fine. Talked about Aiden Queen, Caden Sorrell. Yeah, I mean, he was a third-round pick who's come up and done a nice job for us. He's listed as a DA or as our center fielder. If we could have a better option out there, we would certainly use it. Cassius giving us the power we need. Blythe's doing a really nice job against lefties this year. Teal's average is down. Dawkins is hitting as a shortstop. He's not really fielding. And then Ciani, Brannon, Ravello, and Anderson have all been pretty bad offensively. Anderson's a bit of a surprise given how well he hit last year, but in fact, I think we're going to do this. That's not what I did. That is what I did. Yeah, so we're not getting it done against lefties with some of these players, but that's okay. Ravello, Ciani, yeah. So that's where we are. I mean, it's we're in first place comfortably. Just I mean, anything's still possible with 2.5 months or 3.5 months left in the season, but so far so good. And now it's draft time. So let's jump into the draft. I haven't looked at the draft at all because we're picking so low. Oh, look at the Angels. They moved from 11 to 1. Wow. So we're picking 20, whatever it is. So let's just sim up to our pick. Let's look at pitching potential first for all pitchers. So we get Phil Green. He's a reliever. This guy looks pretty good, but again, I don't like taking 18-year-old pitchers in the first round. You got any older guys? This would be the first one. Yeah, not great. Not great. Maybe this is the year that we take a chance on an 18-year-old. Marcellus Carroll. I mean, he's 21. We were talking about how we need an outfielder. He's not developed for a 21-year-old, and he's tiny, but good work ethic, great range. I like the bat. I think that might be the guy. What do we got here? Ooh, Josh Rudman. I think that's the guy. I know the range only says 55, but man, everything else screams he could play shortstop. I think we're going to take Rudman. And just hope that. So Carroll's not there. Not a huge surprise, I guess. Chris Baird. Yeah, I just don't like taking 18-year-olds in the draft. Not early, anyway. I've been burned by them so many times. And when I say early, I just mean the first round. Like, I think once you get beyond that, it's a crapshoot. Unless there's, a no doubt second round pick waiting there for you. Daniel Walt looks okay, but again, for a 22-year-old, that's not developed enough for me at all. Changeup that won't develop. Changeup that won't develop. He's also impossible. We can get him later. This is not a great draft. Can tell already. Not thrilled by this draft. Mike Clark. I'm going to plop him in there. He might be the guy. And I am not impressed by this draft whatsoever. High work ethic catcher with a lot of power is nice, but again, just 18 years old. What is an 18-year-old catcher going to do? How is an 18-year-old catcher going to develop? I think we'll take Bobby Day. Gets us that center fielder we were looking for. We'll see if that pitcher is still there. Yeah, I think we'll take Clark here. He's not great, but Joe Adams looks all right. Joe Holder's the impossible guy. And not impressed with this draft whatsoever. Josh Miller looks okay. Fastball, slider, cutter, sure. Let's go back to batters. Deshaun Mayweather, sure. Those look like some decent ratings. Pat Cooper, high work ethic. High work ethic catchers, sure. I don't think the catcher ability on that guy likely never develops, so he's probably never going to end up as a starting catcher, but maybe. Let's go to individual pitch potential. Got a knuckleballer, Jesus Saldana, but he's no good. Josh Blade, that's a name. Slider, curveball, cutter. No fastball, which is weird, but Jim Gatewood? Sure. I mean, he looks all right. I don't know. Jan Gatewood, not Jim. Paniagua, yuck. Changeup that doesn't develop. Changeup that doesn't develop. Tejada's got the low work ethic. Yo, this is bad. Fielding ratings. I mean, we got really lucky with the draft a couple of years ago, and then again last year was pretty good, but Luis Garza, 75 defensive rating or outfield range. I'll take that. Kowalchuk is 17, but he's got the good range and good work ethic. Wilson Rivera, great catcher, but low work ethic. 65. Take Tim Lucas, get some home run pop in his bat. I mean, he's 21, so he probably is what he is at this point, but batting potential. What do we got left? Anything any good? Not really. What about work ethic, guys? Juan Damian, he's an impossible sign. I'll pass. Kevin Miller, sure. Oof. Not a good draft. What do we have left here? Gross. Ugh. Okay. Let's take the knuckleballer because he's got high work ethic. Knuckleballers are fun. What about circle change? Kevin Gould. God, these guys are so bad. Danny Gans, sure. I'm gonna let the AI finish because this is awful. Bubba Medley. Yeah, this is awful. That is an awful draft. Negotiate. So Rudman, I like. I don't know that he's. I mean, I would love for that to end up being a 60. If that was a 60, I could play him at short and live with it. Maybe he's starting third baseman. Maybe he comes a third baseman, and we just go with a weird style of third baseman with no power. I mean, who knows? Doesn't matter where the power comes from as long as you get power, right? So we'll go ahead and offer up to all these guys. And we're ready to go. So we're 52-35, 6.5 games up. So now I will. How are our prospects? Do we have any prospects? We don't really have any prospects anymore. They're all up. Haskell, first round pick in 2028. He's raking in high A ball. Let's go ahead and move him to double A. Maybe he's our solution at shortstop next year. Juan Castillo is not doing particularly well, so we'll leave him there. We got a bump from Madugno. Yeah, I mean, he looks all right. We need players who can hit against lefties, so maybe he's up next season as a lefty type guy. Deegan, we can call him up now. Mackin continues to fall off the face of the earth. This is just really, really sad. That's really sad. And this is why we don't take 18-year-olds. You get burned time and time and time again. All right, Cabral, we can call up to A-ball now. Team General, I think it's time for him to get the disable and get called up. I don't even know who some of these players are that I have listed as. We got to get rid of some of these players. It's part of the reason, I think. We don't need 27 and 26-year-olds in rookie ball. I knew I was going to need to clear this out eventually. So we can just go through and we can clear out anybody who's over 23, I guess. And I'm going to go through and clean out some of these other ones as well. Like we don't need a 30-year-old in A-ball. Get some of our younger players some additional playing time. Yeah, none of these players are going to make it. Release, and then we can go ahead and set that up. Yeah, so we're now full at all of our systems. Simabu, we can probably disable and call him up to A-ball as well. And then the international complex, how we look in there? Ibarra and Viora are still, and the ratings are still hanging on. Villatoro was just a scouting discovery. Castaneda was a scouting discovery. So we've got some talent there. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead now and sim to hopefully like the week before the playoffs. And then we'll come back and we'll do that. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We're, about a week and a half away from the end of the regular season, and it looks like we've got the AL East all wrapped up. We got an 8-game lead on the Yankees. We've got we got 12 games left, so we have the division pretty much wrapped up. Second best record in the American League, second best record in baseball. And you can see statistically, we suffered a couple of injuries first and foremost. We lost Ravello for 6 months. Gonzalez hasn't pitched this season. Andy Queen's on a day-to-day injury. And then we lost Kyle Teal for like a month. So I moved Cade Embiid into the starting lineup, and he's doing okay. He's doing all right, 4 home runs so far. The big move I made, though, was to call up Ron Haskell. And I don't think he's going to be eligible for the postseason, but I wanted to get that glove into the majors, and he's been above average with that glove. He's hitting over 300. Yeah, again, I don't think he's going to be eligible for the postseason, but he's given us a bit of a bump here towards the end of the year. Offensively, that's not what I wanted to look at. I'm like, how did he have that much that high of a WAR so far? Anyway, Rafael Devers, 5.6 WAR, 38 home runs, 93 RBIs for Rafi. Marcelo Meyer at second base, almost 4 wins. Joe Neely, his second season as a DH, has given us 3 wins, another 25 home runs. Raheem Okoro has taken a step backwards. The ratings have dropped. The numbers have dropped. I mean, he's still a good ball player. I mean, still especially really good against righties, but maybe not quite what we thought he was. Aiden Queen has given us 2 WAR offensively and 4.6 on the mound. So a bit of a down season for him as well compared to his rookie season, but still fine. I'll take it. Tristan Cassius has kind of settled into this role. I mean, he's going to give us 30 to 35 home runs a year, not much else. Caden Sorrell has done a nice job playing primarily against righties. He's not out there much against lefties. Miguel Blyce has had a nice season on the opposite, batting primarily against lefties and not righties. Antonio Anderson had a bad season. We talked about Haskell. Siani has had a down year. So that's offensively. Pitching-wise, Aiden Queen, our rookie, this is Aiden, not Andy. Aiden, we talked about him offensively, 164 Ks, 157 innings. Cooper Dawson's had an amazing season, 158 innings pitched, 200 Ks, 2.68 ERA. Andy Queen, probably rookie of the year. Opponent batting average is just 210. Yeah, he's been fantastic. Noah Dean, another solid season, 3.1 WAR out of Dean. It's crazy for a reliever. Jorge Rodriguez, I thought about making him a starter this season, but he's so good out of the pen for us that I couldn't bring myself to do it. A 194 ERA plus. Iverson Polanco is another one. I thought about making a starter again, but if we make him a starter, maybe next season he goes back into the rotation. I don't know. But he's been super good as a reliever this season. Cam Robinson, another good, solid season for us as a closer. Conover, who we picked up in the Rule 5, has given us 112 strikeouts. Dylan Lesko was a Rule 5 guy 2 years ago. He's had a really good year. Braxton Beal has been bad. Andrew Healy has been bad. These guys probably won't pitch much once we get to the postseason. But yeah, all in all, it's been pretty good. Prospect wise, we don't have a lot on the immediate horizon. We did get Glenn Mason, who's out for the next 6 weeks, but his ratings have spiked here. So he's likely in the starting rotation next season, which is going to be huge because we're not. Yeah, Queen, Dossett, Queen all project as a great 1 through 3. Braxton Beal should be better than this. He's been really bad in the majors. But our rotation is shaping up to be pretty darn good. And then we've got Castillo and Mendoza as well, another couple of kids who are developing quickly. So our starting pitching is starting to look pretty solid. Josh Rudman was our first round pick this season, and he raked. I still have him listed as a shortstop. I think he's probably going to end up at third base. But I'm leaning on it. How's he doing defensively? Yeah, he's been below average. I can't keep him at shortstop. So maybe next year he moves to third. We got another starter in Alexis Cabral who's developing. A lot of starters that are starting to develop, which is great because Eric Mackin is caved. So if we can have at least some development out of some of our young players. Tim General was a 13th round pick, and I think it looks like he's spiked as well. Yeah, he has. Terrific. All right, so that's kind of where we are, and now we're just playing out the stretch here before we get to the postseason. Hopefully we finish stronger than we did last year. 2-0 loss. That's 3 losses in a row. There's a 5-3 win. Neely 3 for 4 with an RBI. Haskell 2 hits and an RBI. Dossett wins his 18th. Yeah, if you remember last year, we had a really bad end of the season, right? We lost, I think we went like 8-17 or something down the stretch. And here we've lost 4 out of 5. So it's more of the same as we finish the season this year. There's another loss. And we lose Rafael Devers for 4 to 5 weeks right at the end of the season, because of course we do. Cool. Another loss. Excellent. So we've lost 7 out of 8. Lost 7 out of 8. What are we going to do with our lineup? Who are we going to play at third? I guess it's got to be Anderson, right? He's got the arm for it. Okay. Nothing huge to note there. Can we please win some games down the stretch here? We've lost 7 out of 8. There's a 6-0 win. It's Cooper Dawson again. He's the only one who's winning for us. We get home runs from Anderson and Aaron Bede, so sticking Anderson in the lineup helps. Aaron Bede drives in 4. Dawson 19-5. He's got a shot at 20. I think he pitches the last game of the year, right? Yeah. Second game against Toronto. Another loss. And there's a win. Can we pick up 90? So what's our 91 is our best, I think. Cash is 4 for 5, 2 RBIs. Queen and Okoro both with 2 hits. Yeah, Healy finally doesn't pitch a terrible game, and then Robinson blows it. Back-to-back wins. Blyce homers. Beal with a good start. I assume we won the division at this point. Yes, we've won the division for a second straight season. Still the second best record in the American League, now the third best record in the majors. Like to win these last 2 games and make sure we clinch that bye. There's a 7-0 win. Kyle Teal eligible to come off the DL. Devils will go on the DL. Teal will come off. Anderson 4 for 5. Okoro 3 hits. Queen 14-10 on the season. And can we get Cooper Dawson his 20th win? Let's see. Well, we lose 2-0, so that means no. Let's see how it fits. So we finished 92-70. I think that's our best record, right? Yep. Our second straight 90-win season, second best record in the American League, which means we should get that bye. And unfortunately, we don't have that shortstop. Maybe he's not on here. Oh well. So we need to set our roster. Coleman Harris is up to a 70, huh? Look at that. 80, 80, 80, 70, 70, 70, 65, 65. We're starting to come together here, guys. Do we want to stick with Healy? How many pitchers do we have? 13. I mean, one of these guys is going to have to start a game in the postseason. That's just sort of the way it is. But I think we're going to go with Beal. I just think the potential is better for Beal than it is for Healy. We're going to remove pitch counts. We're going to go with Aiden Queen. Let's do this. So, is there anybody here that I want to put on the 40-man? I guess is the question. Yes, Kelly needs to be, or on the playoff roster. Kelly needs to be on the playoff roster. Anybody else? No. All right, so Robinson will be 8th or later. Polanco will be 7th or later. Dean will be 6th or later. Conover, Fernandez will be avoid high leverage. We'll use more often here. Kelly will stick in that specialist versus right-handed role. Middle relief. Coleman Harris will go middle relief as well. Yeah, I don't want to go with a stopper because I think we got a lot of bullpen arms, and I think we should use that to our advantage. When we go into lineups, that means Dawkins goes back in at short. So I think for now, we're going to do a lot of this. Never. Actually, let's just do this. I feel like Taylor Swift. Never, never, never. Isn't that the song? It's the first Taylor Swift reference I've ever made on this channel. We're just going to go to never here across the board. These are our starters for the postseason. Switch to lefties. Aaron Bede will get... Oh, no. We're going to go Teal. It's interesting. It's got Roman Anthony listed as a backup second baseman. Blyce, Coro. All right. So there we go. Let's sim up to... I guess we'll just get to our next game here. So let's go to playoff coverage. I don't need to see any of these games. Taking on either the Yankees or the Mariners. Oh, so it's going to be the Mariners. I was hoping it would be the Yankees. I don't think I've ever, in all my years of playing out of the park baseball, had a Red Sox and Yankees playoff. I don't think I have. If we go to the Mariners, let's take a look at them. 90 and 72. Very good pitching. Offenses. Offense is pretty good. They don't hit a lot of home runs, but they score a lot of runs. But we're fresh. They're without Skubal, one of their main starters. They're without 2 of their top 4 starters. They do have Julio Rodriguez, though, who's a beast. We're still without Rafael for 2 more weeks. Maybe if we make the World Series, we get Devers back. But let's see. All right, playoff coverage. Is Queen rested? He is. All right, Aiden Queen will get the start here in game 1. And we lose 5-4. We're going to lose the first round again, aren't we? Bullpen gave it up. Polanco gave up a run. Cam Robinson blew it in the 9th. We're going to get knocked out in the first round again. Here we go. Game 2. No, we tie the series at 1 with a 4-0 win. Cooper Dossett just absolutely dominant. Marcelo Meyer with a 3-run homer, it looks like he hit a 2-run homer in the 7th. 10 strikeouts for Dossett. Yeah, we are going to need Braxton Beal to win a game for us, which is a little scary, but Here we go. Andy Queen, the rookie. And we lose 2-1. The offense stagnates. We lose this one in extras. Robinson with another blown save. So our season comes down to Braxton Beal and his 6.22 earned run average against Chance Fitzgerald. And we win 4-3. Let's do it. We gave up 2 in the first, but really settled down after that. 2 hits and an RBI, another home run for Meyer, Queen homers. Oh, he only pitched 3 2/3, walked 4. You have 2 unearned runs. Conover gets the win. Robinson the save. So we're going to our ace for game 5. I mean, so were they, but all right. So before we do that, let's get into international amateurs. A catcher who can't catch, but we're going to look at him anyway. We'll look at this guy. Pineda looks all right. I don't like drafting first baseman in IAFA. Start with this. And yes, I'm delaying game 7 because I'm about 90% confident I'm going to lose. So I'm just delaying it as long as possible. Monte Ochoa, yup. Pole, yup. Chaparro, yup. Nope. We'll just go with that for now. Oh, stop it. Invite to training. It is not full. Literally have one person there. All right. Now we can go to our scouting screen. We can run practice. And now we can see what happens here in Game 7 as we are in Boston. It's Ernie Day against Aiden Queen. Ernie Day on the season, 10-12 with a 3.95 earned run average. Aiden Queen, 14-10, 3.67. And we advance. Woof. We win 5-2. We fall down 2-1. We have to win Game 4 on the road, Game 5 at home, and we do just that. Joe Neely, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Marcelo Meyer was named the playoff MVP. Queen gives us 6 innings of 2 unearned run ball, Polanco and Robinson. So Robinson saved the final 2 games. And we move on. Who do we move on to face? The Chicago White Sox, all 97 win Chicago White Sox. Really? White Sox were good. What do they got going on? Bunch of players that, how did they do it? They did it with electric pitching, and that's really it. Steve Mooney. First round pick in 2027. He's been good. I was looking at Paul Skeens. Just want to show you guys Skeens here. Doesn't really mean anything because, we're not really looking at other teams. But 22-5, 2.83, 313 strikeouts, and 8 WAR this season. Look at his track record. He's led the National League in WAR 6 straight seasons. Led the National League in innings pitched 4 times, strikeouts 5 times. I mean, he's 28 years old. He's a borderline Hall of Famer if he does this for another 2 seasons. Unbelievable. Anyway, just got distracted there for a second. So pitching wise, they've got good ratings, but these aren't great pitchers. Moomy's good, don't get me wrong. But Lee is just okay. He's not better than 3 of our starters. Offensively, got a couple of decent bats in there. Josh Jung. Yeah, they look good. They look good. Wouldn't say they look, electric, but they look good. They were 5-2 against us this year. We got Cooper Dawson on the mound for game 1. And we win 3-2. 2 in the top of the 9th. Let's go. Tristan Cassius with a home run. Robinson with his 3rd straight save. So he has bounced back nicely after a rough first couple of games. Same with Polanco. He's shut it down the last couple of games. So we take a 1-0 series lead. We send Andy Queen game 2. They send the veteran Zach Eflin. Series is tied at 1. He beat us 4-2. Jung with a 3-run homer, or I guess a solo homer it looks like. Queen didn't pitch badly. 2 earned runs in 5. It's all right. We still have home field now, though. Again, we need a Braxton Beal victory here in game 3. They're going with Moomy. No, we're going to stick with our rotation. And it was a good thing we did. We blast their ace. We win 14. We knock them out in the first. Yeah, we did. Their ace didn't make it through an inning. And Beal gave us 4 2/3. When you give up 7 in the first, that's all you need. Raheem Okoro with 2 home runs. Cassius with a homer. Okoro drives in 5. Cassius drives in 3. Antonio Anderson doing a really nice job at the top of the lineup. So we take a 2-1 series lead, and we have technically our ace on the mound here in Aiden Queen in game 5. 3-1 win for the Red Sox. We are up 3-1. Okoro 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Queen gives us 7 shutout innings. We got Cooper Dawson on the mound for game 5. Can we finish it here? We cannot. They beat us 4-2. They get to Dawson. 4 runs in the 3rd inning, a 3-run homer by Jung. 12 strikeouts in 5 1/3 for Dawson. All right, so we got to win a game in Chicago now. It's Zach Eflin against Andy Queen in game 6. Series is tied at 3. We go to Braxton Beal for game 7. Cassius homers, Teal homers. Not a good game for us across the board. Queen didn't make it out of the 2nd. Devers eligible to come off the DL. I don't think I can do anything with him just yet. If we win this game, he'll get a chance to play. Braxton Beal. He have the 6.22 earned run average in, or do we go? He's slightly tired. We're going to do it. We're going to start Aiden Queen on short rest. Oh, I don't know if I like this, but we're going to do it anyway. And they beat us. They beat us 3-2. And we blow a 3-1 series lead. They walk us off. Cam Robinson with just an awful postseason. He gave up 19 earned runs in the regular season, and in the postseason, he gave up 7. Cam Robinson lost 3 games in the postseason. So we make it 1 round further. We make it to the American League Championship Series. There are some additional weapons coming to help us next season, but we're there. I mean, we're right on the verge. We are contenders every year, I think, going forward. And well, that stinks. So we came back from a 2-1 deficit in the ALDS. We blew a 3-1 lead in the ALCS, and we got to get back at it again next season. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.